The year is 2025. The world is a whirlwind of activity. Technology has woven itself into the fabric of our lives, creating a constant hum of notifications and demands. We wake up to the chime of our smart devices, our days a blur of emails, deadlines, and social media updates. We rush from one task to the next, our minds rarely pausing for a moment of quiet reflection. This is the reality of the modern world, a life lived on autopilot. Our thoughts, habits, and routines dictate our actions. We are swept along by the current, rarely stopping to question the direction or the destination. We consume information at an unprecedented rate, yet how much of it truly nourishes our souls? We have become so accustomed to this fast-paced, mind-driven existence that we hardly notice its grip on our lives. We are like hamsters on a wheel, perpetually in motion, but making little progress towards true fulfillment. But what if there was a better way to live life? What if we could step off the autopilot and take back control of our minds, our lives, our destinies? Imagine a life where you are truly present in each moment, where your mind is not consumed by worries about the past or anxieties about the future. Imagine a life where you are free from the relentless pursuit of more money, more possessions, more validation. Could this be the key to unlocking a deeper sense of purpose and joy? The truth is, many of us are living lives dictated by our minds, not by our hearts. We chase after external markers of success, wealth, status, power, without questioning if these things will truly bring us happiness. We allow our thoughts to race ahead, filled with fears and insecurities, instead of savoring the beauty of the present moment. This is the crucial question we must ask ourselves. Are we living lives of true fulfillment, or are we merely chasing after what our minds have been conditioned to crave? Are we truly in control, or are we allowing our minds to dictate our every thought, feeling, and action? It's time to escape mind-created autopilot and embark on a journey towards conscious, mindful living. What exactly is this elusive entity we call the mind? It's not something we can physically touch or see, yet its presence is undeniably powerful. The mind is a vast and intricate landscape, a repository of all that we have experienced, learned, and believed. It's a collection of thoughts, memories, beliefs, fears, and aspirations, all swirling together in a complex tapestry that shapes our perception of the world. Think of the mind as a database, constantly absorbing information from our surroundings. This database becomes the foundation upon which we make decisions and navigate life. In many ways, our minds are our greatest assets, providing us with the capacity for language, reason, creativity, and connection. From a young age, our minds are bombarded with messages about what constitutes success. We are taught that happiness lies in achieving certain milestones: a prestigious career, a large house, a luxury car, the admiration of our peers. We internalize these messages, weaving them into the fabric of our own beliefs and aspirations. The mind, always seeking to create order and meaning, constructs a narrative around these societal definitions of success. It tells us that we are not enough as we are, that we need to constantly strive, achieve, and acquire in order to prove our worth. This narrative becomes a powerful driving force, shaping our choices, our relationships, and ultimately, our sense of self. We chase after promotions, even if it means sacrificing time with loved ones. We covet the latest gadgets and designer clothes, believing they will bring us happiness and fulfillment. We compare ourselves to others, measuring our worth against their accomplishments and possessions. This relentless pursuit of external validation leaves us feeling perpetually inadequate, never quite reaching that elusive state of contentment. We become trapped in a cycle of desire and disappointment, our minds always focused on what we lack rather than appreciating the abundance already present in our lives. As we move through life on this relentless treadmill of achievement, our minds gradually shift into autopilot. We become so accustomed to operating from a place of striving and seeking that we lose touch with our authentic selves, our true desires, and the simple joys of being alive. Habits, routines, and ingrained thought patterns dictate our actions. We wake up, go to work, scroll through social media, watch television, and repeat the cycle day after day, rarely questioning the purpose or meaning behind our daily grind. We become disconnected from our bodies, our emotions, and the present moment, lost in a sea of thoughts about the past and worries about the future. The autopilot mode of living may provide a sense of familiarity and control, but it comes at a cost. When we are not consciously present in our lives, we miss out on the richness and beauty of each moment. We fail to appreciate the simple pleasures of a warm breeze, a heartfelt conversation, or the laughter of a loved one. We become desensitized to the needs of others, our focus narrowed to our own desires and ambitions. The autopilot disconnects us from our true selves and the world around us, leaving us feeling empty, unfulfilled, and yearning for something more. When we allow our minds to rule our lives unchecked, we become victims of its tyranny. The mind's need for constant stimulation leads us to instant gratification and fleeting pleasures. We numb ourselves with distractions, social media, and excessive consumption. Seeking external validation prevents true inner peace. The mind, like a spoiled child, always demands more. It whispers doubts, compares us to others, and magnifies insecurities. To break free, we must quiet the mind and reconnect with our hearts. The mind, with its insatiable appetite for more, often equates success with the accumulation of wealth and power. We are conditioned to believe that these external markers are the keys to happiness, security, and fulfillment. Driven by this belief, we devote countless hours to our careers, striving for promotions, raises, and recognition, often at the expense of our personal lives. We tell ourselves that it's all for a good cause, to provide for our families, to secure a comfortable future. But in the relentless pursuit of these goals, we risk sacrificing the very things that truly matter: quality time with loved ones, nurturing our passions, and simply enjoying the present moment. The pursuit of power can be even more alluring, promising not just financial security, but also status, influence, and control. Yet, this path often comes at a steep price. The climb to the top can be isolating, demanding ruthless ambition and a willingness to compromise one's values. Even when we reach the pinnacle of success, we may find ourselves sitting on a lonely throne, surrounded by material wealth, but starved for genuine connection and purpose. The pursuit of power, when driven by ego and ambition, can leave us feeling empty, disconnected, and ultimately unfulfilled. Chasing butterflies. The addiction to instant pleasure. In a world saturated with instant gratification, our minds are constantly bombarded with temptations designed to provide quick hits of pleasure. From sugary treats and online shopping sprees to endless scrolling through social media feeds, we are lured into a cycle of seeking external validation and momentary highs. While indulging in these pleasures occasionally may seem harmless, the danger lies in becoming dependent on them for a sense of happiness or fulfillment. When we constantly seek satisfaction from external sources, we neglect to cultivate inner peace and contentment. The addiction to instant pleasure can manifest in various forms, from compulsive shopping and overeating to an unhealthy obsession with social media likes and validation. The underlying pattern, however, remains the same: a restless seeking outside of ourselves for something to fill an internal void. This constant chasing after fleeting pleasures prevents us from appreciating the simple joys of life: a heartfelt conversation, a walk in nature, or a moment of quiet reflection. We become so accustomed to the dopamine rush of instant gratification that we lose touch with the subtler, more enduring forms of happiness that come from within, the erosion of enduring value. As we become consumed by the demands of the mind, the pursuit of wealth, we risk neglecting what truly matters: our relationships, our values, our contributions to the world. These are the pillars of a meaningful life, yet they crumble when we operate on autopilot. Meaningful relationships require time, attention, and genuine presence, qualities often in short supply. We may be physically present, but emotionally checked out, tethered to work or social media. Beyond personal relationships, our values and contributions suffer when we prioritize the mind's demands. This short-sighted thinking erodes a just and sustainable society. When we lose sight of our shared humanity, individualism and competition reign supreme, often at the expense of compassion and the common good. The world we leave behind. The consequences of mind-driven living extend far beyond our individual experiences. When a significant portion of society operates from a place of fear, scarcity, and separation, it creates a ripple effect that shapes our collective reality. We become more competitive, more materialistic, and more disconnected from ourselves, each other, and the natural world. This mindset manifests in various ways, from the widening gap between the rich and the poor to the exploitation of natural resources for short-term profit. We see it in the rise of political polarization, the spread of misinformation, and the erosion of empathy and compassion in public discourse. The world we are creating, driven by the insatiable demands of the mind, is not sustainable. We are depleting our planet's resources, polluting our air and water, and driving countless species to extinction, all in the pursuit of what? More wealth, more power, more fleeting moments of pleasure? The irony is that true happiness and fulfillment are not found in these external pursuits, but in the very things we so often neglect: our connection to ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. When we operate from a place of mindfulness and compassion, our actions naturally align with the well-being of all, creating a more just, sustainable, and joyful world for generations to come. In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, driven by the relentless demands of the mind, there is a sanctuary to be found. It's not a physical place, but a state of being, a way of approaching life that allows us to step off the autopilot and reconnect with what truly matters. This sanctuary is mindfulness. Mindfulness, at its core, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. It's about observing the constant chatter of the mind with a sense of detachment, recognizing that we are not our thoughts, but rather the observer of our thoughts. This simple yet profound practice has the power to transform our relationship with ourselves, our experiences, and the world around us. When we cultivate mindfulness, we create space between our thoughts and our reactions, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with greater wisdom, compassion, and clarity. Mindfulness is not about emptying the mind or achieving a state of blissful ignorance. It's about embracing the fullness of life, the good, the bad, and everything in between, with a sense of acceptance and openness. It's about showing up for our lives fully present, engaged, and awake to the richness of each moment. Imagine your mind as a vast kingdom ruled by the ego, driven by fear and desire. Under the ego's rule, thoughts and feelings are in turmoil, yearning for more. Mindfulness dethrones the ego, reclaiming your place as ruler of your inner kingdom. Recognize you are not your thoughts, but the one aware of them. Create space around thoughts, observing them with curiosity and detachment. True freedom lies in the present moment, where life unfolds. Mindfulness benefits extend beyond inner peace, touching all aspects of life. In relationships, it fosters presence, empathy, and deeper connections. At work, mindfulness enhances focus, creativity, and productivity. It helps manage stress, leading to better decision-making and communication. Mindfulness reduces impulsive actions, promoting understanding and compassion. It creates positive change in the world around us. Imagine a world where mindfulness guides all aspects of society. Schools teach children to manage emotions and relate with kindness. Workplaces encourage mindfulness for stress management and productivity. Leaders make mindful decisions for the well-being of all. This vision is achievable as mindfulness integrates into various sectors. It offers a path to navigate global challenges with clarity and hope. In 2025, daily meditation is a sanctuary amidst life's demands. Start with 5 minutes each morning, focusing on your breath. Acknowledge thoughts without judgment, returning to your breath. This simple practice trains the mind to be aware and less reactive. Even a few minutes daily can transform well-being, reducing stress. Meditation is about consistency, embracing the present moment. Integrate mindful pauses throughout your day for transformation. These breaks act as mini retreats amidst busyness. A mindful break can be a few deep breaths or savoring a cup of tea. Engage your senses, letting go of past or future worries. These breaks recharge and reconnect you with inner stillness. They enhance awareness, reduce stress, and improve well-being. Gratitude shifts focus from lack to abundance. Integrate a daily gratitude practice, like a journal or reflection. Gratitude helps navigate challenges with resilience and grace. Appreciate the small blessings in life, like nature and loved ones. Gratitude is about focusing on the good and cultivating contentment. It expands joy, love, and connection in your life. Technology connects us, but also distracts us. Mindful use creates a balanced relationship with devices. Set specific times to disconnect and engage in nourishing activities. Be mindful of consumption habits, choosing inspiring content. Limit exposure to negative news, opting for constructive sources. Mindful technology use harnesses its power for connection and growth. Mindfulness aligns actions with values for a meaningful life. Identify core values and make choices reflecting them. Show up with integrity, treating others with kindness and respect. Use your voice for what you believe in, even when difficult. Living your values attracts resonant people and opportunities. It leads to a fulfilling and authentic life journey. Redefine success by how we live, not what we acquire. Mindfulness measures success by relationships and presence. True success is found in gratitude and simple joys. Prioritize mindfulness, compassion, and connection over competition. Success is a journey of growth, learning, and connection. Create a just, compassionate, and sustainable world for all. The journey begins with a single step. The path to a mindful world begins with each of us. It starts with a conscious choice to step off autopilot and reclaim our power, to cultivate connections of love and understanding. Meditation and gratitude are gateways to a richer life. They invite us to slow down and connect with greater presence. The journey towards mindfulness is not always easy. But with each conscious breath and act of kindness, we cultivate awareness, compassion, and connection. The choice is ours. Take that step today, and let's create a world reflecting the best of who we are. As we embark on this collective journey in 2025, moving towards a more mindful world, your likes and comments helps us spread love and awareness to more people in the world. So please give us a like and subscribe to Love Academe for more insightful content on mindfulness, personal growth, and creating a more conscious world. Let's inspire one another to embrace the transformative power of mindfulness and co-create a world that reflects the best of humanity. Love Academe wishes you peace and love throughout 2025.